I got a really good question in the community. I wish it was on the video. But anyways, thanks for the question in the community. The lunar wave or ripple, whatever it may be, we could designate it something, call it something. But either way, do you all know why I was able to show it to you and how I visually was able to see it with the telescope? It's always the same answer, the terminator line. Once it approaches the terminator line, this line becomes more apparent because of the darkness clashing with the light, thus showing us the wave. But that means that we're not necessarily seeing the gravity wave or whatever this was, but we are seeing, like I said yesterday, just to finish off, pushing space and time aside. Light helping even more with the darkness. The terminator line. So if Crow didn't have a terminator line, if I'm not mistaken he didn't, it could be, again, the darkness or light, the atmosphere, showing it to us, pushing space and time aside. You know what would be a really cool test to do? Well, they say the daytime temperature near the lunar equator on the moon can reach a boiling point. Okay. 250 degrees Fahrenheit. While nighttime temperatures get to a chilly minus 208 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moon's poles are even colder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test. I'll heat up my stove at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to buy an American flag, put it in the stove, and I'm going to cook it for, not a daytime, let's say 30 minutes. Sorry. I can go an hour if you want. Then after that, I'm going to stick it in dry ice. Right? Okay? And then we're going to see what happens to that cotton flag. Imagine cooking it for 52 years and 5 months, changing from freezing to boiling to freezing to boiling. In the atmosphere, science tells us in general, if I'm not mistaken, look at the fuel or something, smoke behind these objects. It's absolutely incredible. In the atmosphere of the moon, they say that it would be near impossible to terraform the moon unless they changed the atmosphere. To terraform the moon, first, they say we have to add in the gases we'll need to breathe to the moon's atmosphere. In addition, we'll need some greenhouse gases to capture heat from the sun and retain it for use. Get this, as of November 12th, 2021, they say liquid water is another essential for life as we know it. But the moon is currently too hot to maintain liquid water. This just in. Let's back up to even someone like NASA, which would never admit that there's water on the moon. NASA in 2020 NASA recently announced that for the first time, we've confirmed the water molecule H2O in sunlit areas of the moon. This indicates that water is widely distributed across the lunar surface. Now, unless you believe that they magically teleport the ice from area to area, any idiot can understand that there's liquid water on the moon. It's been confirmed. Some of the things that were found on the moon in my footage, like these stationary lights lighting up, there's a light system on the surface. That I'm confirming to you guys because I'm showing you the visual proof. So chemtrail project in Spain was exposed in Spain. Yes, it's coming out now. Only a few countries were chosen for tests of geoengineering. Canada, France, UK, look them up. There's a particular US, particular certain countries where these projects are coming from. So the ones responsible for these projects are possibly coming from these countries, right? And then I showed structuring, and not only structuring, I showed structuring on the surface, 100% proven, and with lines going to several structures, which for me was quite a beautiful thing. And then the lights that are leaving the surface, it's literally disclosure. Like I'm disclosing. With my research, I was able to disclose a part of what was on the moon. As much as it frustrated people, it doesn't matter. I remained humble. I always will. I was lucky as hell to be able to do it. But I have been working hard. And I do understand light. Not 100%, but I'm working very hard to understanding the science, the light, how it works, right? Nikola Tesla, I wish he was alive to give me a hand. Boy, I tell you, we learned a lot from that guy. Probably every project that you're looking at right now is from his patents. I'm showing the world through little baby steps. I have connected with people higher up in the ranks in ufology. So the word is out there, but when the word gets out there, it's often a secret, and that's okay. But my goal was, I want everybody to know we're not alone. We're being lied to. There is someone on the moon. I don't care who's lying to us. I'm not interested. I went and found out myself what was there. In the sky with the infrared camera, I've captured many characteristics. Bruce, have you ever seen many different spaceship forms? Well, what do you think of this? How can I call this a spaceship, right? These are some of the captures with the infrared camera that I've seen. And that's not all. Right over my house, a lot of you keep asking me, have you ever filmed a stationary UFO? I've filmed 3 or 4 of them. Filmed them. It's proof. The proof is up. These here slowed down to talk to each other. You're going to see an incredible infrared flashing by a UFO that you know it's not a satellite. All proof, all visual proof. What do you think of this one? Hovering. There's the side of my house. So all you have to do is film the side of my house. Another one is the second one going to interact with him. Why is he slowed down over my house? Well, he's directing the smaller lights. He's looking at the smaller lights, maybe a bigger craft looking at a smaller craft. And notice a little sputtering of lights around this UAP. Could be other crafts or other craft leaving. Yeah, I just checked. I have 6 stationary UFO videos where they literally change sizes and stay there for minutes upon time. As you see this one here. This one is going to fly away and split in 2. How much even better is that than seeing just a stationary UFO? Don't see many videos of stationary UFOs. I see pictures. People send me lots of pictures. Look at the UFO picture, Bruce. Look at the shape. Oh, I'm not interested. I want to see videos. Don't believe in images. Unless it's a craft, of course, then we can profit from the image, but every UFO video is just a spot of light. I mean, what can we do with an image, you know? So this is the UFO. It's literally looking like a star in a way until it starts undoing itself. So we're going to see the same thing we just saw, quicker but slower. There it is, and watch at the end. It's just absolutely intriguing. A flash further away, so this now goes towards the flash it saw. Maybe going to meet up, and then either splits in 2 or another one comes out of it. Let's see, there it is. Changes color to green, intense green, and poof, out the portal. This is the most incredible finding that the world will ever hear about on the moon, I think, so far to the public. Little objects, and they're not so little if we're filming them, with smoke coming off of them, and lower objects closer to the surface. There's a smoke coming out. Are they smoking the surface? We know they're smoking the surface here now. even spraying pesticides here. So are they spraying pesticides on the surface of the moon, over the moon, to kill the people that are there? These are things that I'm always warned to shut my mouth about. And I could show my research, but they don't like the theories that I'm coming up with. But let me tell you, you don't need a theory when you're literally seeing smoke being shot out miles across the screen instantaneously. They're spraying something over or in the atmosphere of our moon, and we're looking at the visual proof, and we're looking at more than one object. They almost look square. We're seeing dark squares spraying over the surface of the moon. What if I told you the extraterrestrial beings, or humans, or both, that are living on the moon are living around those pyramids, maybe even inside of those pyramids? We don't know. Maybe they're living in some of the structures I showed at the beginning. But when I go as far as this is what I did when I was upset when my research didn't come out. I started really looking at the surface, and now I'm seeing them come out of the surface. So it's disclosure, 100,000%, but it's not being disclosed to the world, minus being vetted. They don't vet people like me. They vet actors, famous people, you know, all those people get vetted. Bruce, people aren't interested in vetting me. But my community knows I'm real because I found this. And whether I'm real or not, what I found is real. My theories are just my opinions. If you're new to the channel, this is a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. Light that came down to my house. It could be considered a craft or whatever you want to consider it. Shape changing in the center. Thrusters, fire. It was a red fireball when it came down. I want you to notice that sparkling light. I'm going to deliberately bring it up. There it is. See that little sparkling light? Ooh, well, that tells a lot. Did you like my ooh? That tells a lot, guys, right? That tells you that it's brighter than the moon. Ooh, we have a little problem, because when you film the moon, you don't get that light. Yeah, that's right. Did you do the test? The troll says, I'm going to go try it. No, you don't. The moon's not going to show you that light. Look at that. Film the sun with the infrared. You'll see what you see. You'll see a light like that big light. There it is, going all around the craft because the object is so close. So someone who's qualified, a professional, will look at this image and they'll say, well, the object, he's close to it, whether he's zoomed out or not. And I'm not, because they'll see the small stars, but that big bright light there, the more I zoom in, the bigger it would be. There's no zoom on this. And the object is about 15 feet from me, if not 12 feet from me, literally over just the top of the garage. Now look at the stars going by, how small they are. There's no zoom here whatsoever. And that's the reason why I'm being hidden. If you're new to the channel and you're interested in my research and you know somebody who's qualified or higher up in the ranks that can push this frickin' research out to others to get it spread around the world, please help me do so. I'm always here, always going to be here, and we're sharing the research here with the entire world and anyone on or off the world that wants to see it. But I'm telling you, not many are stopping by. Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.